All right, welcome back. I got some music playing, but y'all shouldn't be able to hear it. Let me know if you can hear it, and I'll turn it off. So there's a bunch of stuff going on in WMMA, and I want to go ahead and deal with it before more, gets added on to this. Let's first deal with this female right here. She says, Dana White, I'm 7-0. I'm undefeated, so please call me. I'm ready. I'm ready for the UFC. This is unbeaten 21-year-old Regina Tarin. Calls for a UFC opportunity. I think this is a bad idea. Especially at age 21. The people behind her shouldn't have allowed her to say that. I mean, it looks desperate when it don't have to be, when it shouldn't be. Let me take that back. At 21, you should want more regional experience. More, 7-0, that's not all that. And what I've seen, I've watched her fights. There ain't no magic. Ain't no magic there. So she might get called. I think it's a bad idea. We'll see what happens. Oh, I want to show that. She just recently won by knockout. Just knocked somebody out. Now, to her credit, she has a lot of stoppages. I think she's won all her fights that she's won by stoppage except for one. But look at the records of her opponents. I'll leave it at that. Now, as we all know, Alexa is set to fight Rose. Rose is being given another opportunity to climb the ranks after she defended her spot against Miranda Maverick. I can actually see her defeating Alexa Grasso. I can see that happening because of how flat-footed Grasso is. Grasso does not dance at all. And a lot of people don't notice it. Even though we're looking right at it, it doesn't dawn on us when we do a breakdown, of her fights. I don't hear that many people who point that out, that she's flat-footed and that she's basically a boxer. So her flat-footedness is relevant, especially when she's going up against essentially another boxer. But Rose dances around. So if Rose can, do that, all 3 rounds, come in with smart shots, pot shot Alexa Grasso, get out the way, because she's going to have to get out the way. If Rose is going to win this fight, she can't stay in close quarters with Grasso. She has to get her shot off and get out of there, because Grasso is going to try to counter you. Grasso will even take your shot just to be able to counter you. She took several shots from Shevchenko that she knew was going to land on her face. She took them anyway, just so she could be there to throw the counter. That is one of Grasso's biggest strengths. She's a good boxer, good accuracy, pretty good speed. But she's more dangerous because of her willingness to take a shot and counter you. She commits to counters, especially when her opponents have good speed, and going to be dancing around like I expect Rose to do. Rose should not be or fight arrogant. She needs to, in my opinion, show Grasso as much respect as humanly possible. Because I think Grasso is more of a sharpshooter than Rose. A lot of Rose's punches get spaghetti-ish, raggedy, forced, and usually by the second round, they've lost their pop. Whereas Grasso, I think, still got sting in the second. And Grasso hits hard. She's got firecracker punches. Make no mistake, man. And I think she, like I said, maintains that pop longer than Rose. Rose's punches have pop, but I think only in the first half of the first round. And they diminish fast. That's how I see Rose's power. And her punches, like in general. Now, like I said, if Rose decides to mix it up with Grasso, I think she gives Grasso more of a chance to win. And overall, I think Grasso is mentally stronger than Rose. But I think it should be a close fight. Unless somebody get clipped early, and get knocked out. I would expect a close fight where either fighter could win, but I'm going to go with Rose. A 3-round fight. Rose tends to perform better when she's up against better opposition. I think a big reason why she died against Carla Esparza and barely fought is because she knew she was a much better striker than Carla. She didn't feel much of a threat. That's why she went straight after Manon in the striking department. She went straight in and mixed it up with Manon. And that was actually one of her better performances against Manon. So I expect her to do the same here, to go in there and, sort of be at her best. And as long as she incorporates movement and avoids the counters, she might not be able to avoid the counters. Okay? She might plan on going in there, landing some shots, getting out of there, but still getting clipped. Grasso is a sharp shooter. She really is. And even though she plods around in there, she has a way of cornering her opponents. I expect Grasso to be going forward, to be the one pressing the action. That was part of the reason why Shevchenko threw that spinning back kick. she was getting crowded by Grasso. You know, Grasso is pretty good at closing distance, even against a fighter with pretty good legs. Shevchenko has pretty good feet, pretty good footwork, but she was still getting hit by Grasso. That's why I say I expect a close fight, and this might be another fight that I get wrong. But I'm going to take Rose. I'm going to take Rose. And I can't say that I'm going to go with 55-45 again. 55 Rose, 45 Grasso. And leave it at that. Now, of course, they made Kayla Harrison Nunes. Nunes been out the game for I don't know how long. I think this is crazy. Unnecessary and crazy. If Nunes wins, is she gonna stick around and keep fighting? If so, what you retire for in the first place? I don't know. This is just kind of strange to me. If Kayla wins, what? She's gonna want to fight Shevchenko next. It's kind of hard to pick a winner. Nunes been out for this long. What is she gonna look like? How's she gonna move? Do you really trust that? I don't know if I trust that. And it's like, why? Why? Maybe she need the money. I don't know. But yeah, it's hard to pick a winner here. If Nunes was active, I'd take Nunes. Right? But, you know, she's not. And I want to take a fighter. I'm going to take Kayla Harrison. How about that? Yeah, Nunes, you've been out too long. I don't trust your retirement. Been out too long. Kayla is going to maul you. You going to get tired. Right, Felicia Spencer went 5 rounds with you. Isn't that right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You can get tired. You submitted by opinion. Now, if Nunes was active, I'd take Nunes. But man, she's been gone too long. I don't trust that. Dern might fight Weili. Her camp asked for the fight. They want the fight against Weili. I think Weili's having problems making the weight. And I think we're seeing the end of Weili. I think if she goes back to 115, she's going to be a shell of herself. I think she's going to be drained. And she's going to eventually lose. She needs a weight class in between 115 and 125. Remember, those weight classes in boxing separated by as little as 3 pounds. The general rule is 5. With weight that low, 115 to 125. Her arms are way too short, but she cannot compete with Valentina, and I would expect Manon to toss her around as well. You know, and maybe even Aaron. She seems too small for 125. Yet, being drained at 115. A little more than she would like. I suspect. But, you know, if she makes 115 with no problem, that's a crazy move to ever want to go to 125. And I would take her over Mackenzie Dern. You know, I would. So, yeah, if that fight happens, I'm gonna take Wei Lee, but I would give Dern a good chance. I don't think Wei Lee likes that weight cut no more. Now, what else do we have here? She's 10-0. Yeah, I've heard about her. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I have to watch some of her fights. Yeah, Dakota against Denise Kielholtz. Here again, Kielholtz has not fought in years. This is more interesting. Why not Liz Carmouche? Told y'all that it's smart for her to avoid Liz Carmouche. I would suspect Liz would fold Dakota up, man. You know, it's hard for me to say because Taylor handled Liz, but man, Liz, she surprises you. You know, sometimes she looks superhuman. Sometimes she, you know, she has her moments. I won't say fold it up, but why not Liz Carmouche? Kielholtz hasn't fought since November 2023. So to be over 2 years, she's been out. That's crazy. That is crazy. Let's see here. She's on a 2-fight win streak. Yeah. 2-fight win streak. Liz Carmouche, I think, is it the same? 3 fights. 3 fights. But she won the tournament. Liz won the tournament. So we'll see. You know, we'll see. I'm going to take Dakota. I would expect her to win. But we'll see what happens. She better not get clipped. You know? She better be careful. See? She's playing a dangerous game. But we'll see. We'll see. She's getting more confident, it seemed like, with time. We'll see what happens. Now, right around the corner, Macy Barber, Karine Silva. And I still don't trust Barber. I don't trust her. She might pull out. But even if she don't pull out, she might go in there and look foolish. You know, or she might destroy Karine Silva. I don't trust Karine Silva either. She is, she struggles with fighters that I don't think she should struggle against if she's gonna be if she is a top tier fighter. Because Natalia Silva handled Araujo fairly handily, from what I remember. Didn't she fight Natalia Silva, if I'm not mistaken? Yes. Let me see here. I didn't like that performance. Or it was another performance. She had like 2 poor performances. Kareem Silva and a loss, right? Silva, not Silva. What's her name? Yeah, De Silva. Ariane Lipsky. Yeah. Silva dominated Araujo. Huh? Dominated her. Silva lost to Araujo and was in a close fight against Barboza. In a close fight against Lipsky. She didn't lose to Lipsky. That was a close fight. So we'll see. We'll see. Barber is talking tough as if she thinks that she's going to dominate the fight. We'll see. Like I said, I don't trust Macy, but I don't trust either one of them. But we'll see. I'm going to take Silva. But I think it's anybody's fight. I think it's anybody's. I'm going to take Silva. But Barber can easily win. She's big. And Silva's not always the dominant one on the ground. Barboza showed that, proved that. Another fight coming up. Jillian is about to fight Amanda Lemos. There's a number of fighters who are on the come up, moving up through the ranks. Jillian is one of them. Kareem Silva was another. That's number 9 against number 5. Rose is another. It's number 6 against number 3. And also Jillian against Lemos. Luciendo was number 7. She's out. Now she gets the number 5. And Lemos has trouble with wrestlers. I'm going to take Jillian. But she might get knocked out. Anything could happen. But I'm going to take Jillian. And if she wins, she will be an interesting fighter at the top of the division. Right? I'm talking about Jillian. What is her record looking like? Let's see here. 4-fight win streak. 4-fight win streak. 1-2 by stoppage. Marina Rodriguez, Pinero, Watterson, Viana, lost to Tabitha Ricci. Yeah, we'll see. Lemos seems like she don't like wrestlers. She has a terrible time. Terrible time with wrestlers. And I don't trust her. I don't trust her. Right? Anything can happen, but I don't trust her. On the come up, can we say that Fatima Klein is on the come up? Currently number 12. Yeah, might as well. Might as well. She is full of herself. Let's see what she got. Teresa Bleda, Lynn Horth. Not too excited about that. Of course, Melissa Croden against I keep forgetting that girl's name. The dancer. Luana Santos. Croden getting a ranked fighter. Good for her. Isn't that right? Yeah. Santos, number 15. So, Santos has to defend her spot here. But Santos, I think, better hope that she can do something. You know, Croden fights to finish. It's not many fighters who do that. She don't follow a points decision type style. She don't have that style. She a crash out. Croden is a crash out. All of her victories is by stoppage. All she know how to do is stop you. And she blood and guts. She's like our Arturo Gatti type. These are dangerous fighters, man. You know, you got to break them. If not, you got to seriously out-finesse them. So, it's going to be tough for Santos. And I'm taking Croden. But, you know, I think Santos could get a submission. She's pretty good on the ground. You know, she could get on the ground and do something. I don't put that past her at all. We'll see what happens. And I think Aspen Ladd found her sport. Right? I think she's found her sport. Bare knuckle boxing. As well as Molly McCann. But Molly started in boxing. So she hasn't found her sport. She's going back to her sport. And I think she does better. She's a better boxer than an MMA fighter. Much better boxer. She should have been boxing this whole time, actually, if you ask me. She'd be more popular, I think. But I think she got a future in boxing. She's exciting. She, you know, pretty entertaining style. She's a born fighter, man. That's pretty interesting to watch. She might not be that good, but you can tell she's born to fight. Not work at Subway. I think that was her old job, right? Okay. No, you good. You good. I don't bring the dog stuff over here. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to leave it there. See y'all in the next live.